Hello, where are you right now?
Not in San Francisco or wherever the bridge is. It's here. Yes, at home in an office in here, but just decided to have a different background today. Some
Mm,
days nice just to take you away somewhere.
I hope you are well.
I'm very good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, me too. Thank you. What situation would you like to work on?
Um, Something that somebody's picked up recently is I think I was coming across a little bit overwhelmed, a bit stressed out. Um, and they mentioned something to me they didn't really understand. That it's because I don't have proper boundaries in place. And I wasn't really sure what they meant, to be honest. But yeah, I'm feeling a wee bit stressed and overwhelmed at the moment.
Mm. Can you give an example for what you're doing?
Just, yeah, too much, too many things to do in a day. Um, Everything seems to just follow into each other, being honest. And I just getting the top of me a little bit and things I meant to note down from one session, I'm not doing it because I just feel that everything's there. So I'm just blocking it. Then I'm not going to do anything now and then I forget what I'm supposed to be doing.
How long has this been going on for?
Be honest, I never realised it till somebody pointed it out. Um, you all get a bit stressed. That's part of being in business. You all get a bit overwhelmed. There's always so many different jobs to do. But it was only when it was pointed out the other day that I realised it's got to a point. If other people are noticing it, then it's more than what I thought it was.
Mm. So you mentioned business. Can you tell me more about this?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a career coach. I'm trying to think of the right word. People would say job searching, careers, whatever you want to call it. I help people to navigate all these different job sites that you get on it. Help them maybe to do a CV if they need it, how to do a covering letter if that's required, an application form, and also then prep with them how to do the interview itself and any assessment centres.
Mm-hmm. That sounds interesting. So
Oh,
what is
it's a
your
great job. Yeah, it's great. I've done it for a long time, and it's interesting because it's varied. Not everybody needs the same help with every single part. Some are very good at getting their own CVs right, but they're not so good at the applications. Some are good at the application, but not so good at the interview. So it's helping people to just get a little bit of practice in place so that they know each thing, they feel a little bit better as they get through each stage of the process.
what is your main challenge right now with the overwhelm and stress you mentioned?
Um, Taking notes, I think, is that and I take notes sometimes down or things in my head that somebody said, oh, that'd be really good. But then I just there too many thoughts that go through my head and I'm forgetting maybe to put a note down, or I go on to the next session and I haven't finished writing up that one yet. So at the end of the day, I think I've finished and I've got all my notes to write up. So it just means I'm working longer than I should be.
You're working longer than you want to, and you're
Yeah, because I
forgetting
need to get
things.
the notes done. It's not the actual work, it's all the admin and follow-up side and everything I've got to do. That's what I'm still trying to catch up with.
What have you tried to improve this for you?
Um, Putting things into the voice notes on my phone so that I can get that later. So rather than having to think about them later, at least I've got the notes there. Um, Not a lot else really. It's just being able to take the notes down and having the time to sit and actually write them up. And having the voice notes has made it a little bit quicker. Also, what do you call it? Is it Word? So when I'm online and I do Word, I can dictate into it. So if I know there's things I've not written down, but it's in my head, sometimes they're on my head and I can't get time to write them down, I'll just dictate it onto Word and it puts them all on a document for me that I can save.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's saved a little bit of time doing that.
that's some great ideas.
Hmm.
But what is the outcome you want to achieve now?
Um, I don't want to be sitting down for an hour at night, but whether it's doing the voice notes or dictating or writing notes up, it's having that horrible feeling that you get, well, I've still got this to do. Not, I'm going to do this now, but I've still got this to do because you've done everything else and you've still got that to write up. So I don't really want to be doing that.
What's the motion? What's your motivation for that?
Um, Having more time to have family time, having time for myself, just being more structured. in my day, I think. That would really be better.
So could you be more structured?
Well, I'd like to be. So I don't have to write all these things up later on, yeah. I'd like a day structured in such a way that I don't know, I can do it when it happens rather than all doing it later.
So you mentioned boundaries. Could you possibly set a boundary and improve the things you're doing? What would
I
that
said
look
to you at the
like?
beginning, yeah, I understand you see, because that was the same sort of comment they gave me. But I don't know what they mean by boundaries.
Yeah, for example, if you make sure for yourself when you work or when you do this, like you set a certain time, you do this for 1 hour, and then you don't do this at other times. So say if something comes up, you have the
Um,
boundary, you only do this that day at that time and not any other time. So that is
but
your clear boundary.
yeah, I'd rather do that, but I'd rather have it in place that I could do it when I should be doing it after each of the sessions rather than having a time when I have to do it all at one time. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's when I get overwhelmed is because I've done, say, 4 sessions and then I've got 4 lots of notes to write up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bit that's making me overwhelmed, is doing all that at one time.
You mean because you forget otherwise, right?
Well, yeah, because I forget, but it's not really the right way of doing it is sitting 4 sessions and trying to remember what happened in each one of them and writing it up.
What do you think is the biggest challenge you have with this?
Just that horrible feeling that I know that should have finished my day's work and I've still got that to do. It's that horrible thing. Like I said, like I've still got this as like chore. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be a good thing. It's part of it, right? Someone's done really well in a session. Notes that go down justify that. So I should be feeling good that how well that session's gone. But because I've got 4 lots of notes to write up, I don't feel so good.
Is there anything you could do to make it feel less a chore for you?
Yeah, it said not have it all to do at one time.
Could you do it in smaller chunks, maybe?
And what way?
Like a bit every day? Or
No, because it need to all be done by the end of that day
mm,
before the next day in case they've got other sessions of that. So yeah, if they're doing a session a day, the notes have to be done that day.
mm. Can you think of something that could help you with doing that?
Not really, because as I said, I'm not really sure what these boundaries are. So I'm not sure. Is it like a system that I can put in place?
Yeah, for example, like you could. What systems do you think of?
No, I mean, I'm sorry, when I say a system, I mean like a strategy, a structure,
Mm-hmm.
how I do it, rather
Mm-hmm.
than so a
Mm-hmm.
system of doing things rather than using a system itself. Is there a way I could just do things, have a system in place that suppose how I do these properly?
Yeah, I think that's something you could try. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have any ideas what you could do?
Well, the boundaries thing said I'm not sure that does it just mean so I finish the session rather than going on to another session, I give myself a little bit of time in between.
Mm-hmm.
So give myself more time. So instead of doing 4 sessions a day, maybe do 3 a day and give
Mm-hmm.
myself, is that what I mean by boundaries?
Yeah, that's an example. So, for example, you could set a session that lasts for 1 hour and you stick to it. So that would be a boundary. You don't make it 2 hours just because this
Mm.
happens. So you really stick to it. That's a 1 hour session and you communicate that to the person so that it really happens.
All
And
right.
yes,
So
like you said, have a pause in between, a bit of time to prepare for the next one, and then you kind of map out your time and plan what you want to do and make sure that you don't do too much so that you have the time for what you need to do.
so basically boundaries are like having rules in place.
Yeah, kind of.
All Right. Yeah, so I suppose if I say the session is 90 minutes, which is 60 minutes for the client session and 30 minutes for me to do the notes and check in that I need to do after it. So it gives me that time then to do all that before the next session. So yeah, I suppose I could put that in place. So a structure thing that the clients know the sessions are only up to 1 hour, but I book out in my diary 90 minutes, so I've got time to do the notes then rather than later on.
Yeah. Do
Yeah, I can do that.
you have any sessions planned next week?
Yes. So I can put that in place with them. In fact, tomorrow. I can try it tomorrow once. See. Yeah, because we can just agree at the beginning of the session how long it's going to be, what's going to be included. So as I do that at the beginning, rather than 90-minute session, I can just say this session will be 60 minutes long. All right, so session could be 45 to 50 minutes and then 10 minutes for Q&A. And then I can allocate that time in. So I can see if I can fit that in the day. And then it's going forward after that. Yeah, as someone books, I can just allocate that. That's the time slot they'll have, up to 60 minutes. And I'll just put that out in my diary each time after each session is a 30-minute period for note taking and short break or something like that before the next session, just to clear my head.
Yeah, that's a good start. So
Yeah, I can do that. That would help.
just put that in your diary and reorganize your sessions, and we'll see how that works.
Yeah, I can start doing it as part of the invite. So when they get sent out, they realise it's up to 60 minutes long. And then I'll have that in my diary for 30 minutes. I'll separate it, 60 for them and 30 minutes of note taking after each one, and see how that goes. And yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, remember, boundaries is something you do when you're assertive. You kind of respect yourself, and you do this to set this boundary for yourself and for others so that you have more time.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, I'll put all that into practice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.